Toronto. The sacrifices that I've made, money. I mean, really, at the end of the day, you know, I know some people that graduated school and they went into a job and they're buying houses now. I've had conversations with people who have been like, your music should be more like this. If you did more of this, it would fit on the radio better. I don't really make elevator music or the type of music that you'll hear playing, you know, in the mall while you're doing your shopping. It's uncomfortable. It can be uncomfortable.
Never wanted to be a starving artist, 'cause just being human it is hard regardless. I walk with a reputation so hard to tarnish, 'cause I'm honest to a fault, a heart hard to harness. And I'm farthest on the path to begin myself. I sacrifice my health, my soul, my wealth. Can't be worse than being homeless on a cold night. Starving, but I'm a shaman in my own right.
When I was 10 years old, and I was listening to all this music like The Boys and like New Kids on the Block and like Milli Vanilli and all this sort of business. And my cousin, he was like, you have to stop listening to this music, you know, and check this out. And he showed me Leaders of the New School and Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul. And I spent a lot of my time in the basement where his room was, just like listening to all this music, you know? And that was like the beginning of me discovering hip-hop music. And I feel like the natural inclination for a lot of young people, especially obviously, who are into hip-hop music is to try. At a certain point, hip-hop was a sport to me. And it was something that meant that when I was maybe, you know, 20, 21, 22, I was just going everywhere and trying to get on microphones, open mics, 416 Graffiti Expo with REMG used to put together, battles, open mics, like just anywhere I could get on a mic and I could be in front of people and express what I was expressing. And all of a sudden I was touring across Canada and throughout Europe, and I really didn't plan for that to happen. It was just something that happened, you know? And I'm very, like, I've always been very grateful for that opportunity to be able to do all of that. But at a certain point, I felt like, this is making me nervous. I wanted to make music. I didn't want to be involved in the music industry. And I think I was too young at that time to really grapple with it. I mean, I didn't have some grand idea to step back or anything. It just felt like it was right, you know, and that I was making art in a certain way, and I was beginning to lose the original reason why I made art. I don't know if there was a particular moment, but coming back to music was about finding why I did music in the first place. I didn't do music to sell records. I didn't do music to be famous or to be involved in the music industry, you know, or for girls or for money or anything. I did music because I like making things. I like creating things. Art has the ability to communicate in ways that that other things can't communicate. It can communicate to your mind, to your heart, to your soul, to your body. It can communicate in all these ways that people process, and largely in our world, we don't get communicated to in that way. You know, if you're working a job, they just want your hands. Or you're in school, they just want your mind. And art has the ability to communicate to an entire person, an entire human being. It's really an amazing thing.
Your belly full, I am so hungry. You say you want to see the truth, but it's so ugly. No way that I can hold you up if you don't trust me. Beautiful, but the struggle isn't so lovely. No money, creative is all I ever was. At times I feel I'm respected, but never loved. 'Cause my mood quickly changes like weather does. Life my only high, there's no better drug. They tried to cool my desire, but only added fuel to the fire. I'm feeling like the only true voice new to the choir, soon brand new shoes on the wire. But I'm from generations kissed by the sun. thick lips blistered in whisk we become. My soul is a kingdom, their mind is a slum. Money is no master, for me only one.
Like, good art should fuck you up. That's the only way I can describe it. If I've done a show and I haven't like fucked some people up, I feel like I haven't really done it. And people will come up to me like, oh, great show. And I'm like, I just really wanted to fuck people up. You know, so that's what I think art should be. I think it should change and evolve and transform us and be able to hit all the points, you know, because so much of our life just doesn't have to do with that.